Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to this week's video. So, for those of you that are new to this channel, my name is Caitlin. I am a reader, writer, book addict. And this is my channel where I talk about books and writing and stuff like that. I have reading vlogs and writing vlogs. So yeah, if that's your kind of thing, stick around. So, for those of you that know me and may have been watching my videos for a while, you will know that I am a huge Wheel of Time lover. Wheel of Time is a 14-book series by Robert Jordan, and it has recently been turned into a TV show that is coming out. It is coming out on November 19th, season 1. I'm so excited. The trailer recently came out, and I have no words. But for now, I decided just to do a fun review of book 1. So, I'm rereading the entire series. And I recently finished book 1, Eye of the World. Recently, I finished it yesterday. And I thought I would do a really simple, fun review. So, I've actually printed out my review from Goodreads that I wrote earlier today. It is spoiler free and spoiler filled, but I'm going to do the spoiler free part before and then the spoilers afterwards, so do not worry if you have not read this book. So yeah, let's get straight into the review. So this was my second time reading Eye of the World. I've read the entire series, all 14 books, not the prequel, only the 14 books. Read them once, and honestly, going back and reading book 1 was so much fun. Because one of the things about it being like a huge series is that you get to the last book, and I read it over the course of 3 years, and by the time I got from book 1 to book 14, I'd pretty much forgotten the majority of what happens in book 1. And like experiencing the beginning of this story all over again, now knowing what's to come, I think that was really fun. And I really like diving back into the Emmonsfield Five, Rand, Matt, Perrin, Nynaeve and Egwene. I love diving back into their story and their lives. I thought that was so much fun. And honestly, I'd forgotten how good even just book 1 of this story is, because these books just get better and better as you go along. So it was really fun going back and kind of finding my love for the book 1 all over again. I'm not sure when this video will come out, if it will be before or after this video, but at some point I will have posted an introduction to the Wheel of Time on here. If you want to go and check that out, it's spoiler free, just a really fun introduction PowerPoint presentation that I did. But yeah, basically, it takes place in this incredible world. Robert Jordan, the author, didn't give it a name, so the fans came up with the name Randland. So that's the name. And our story kind of starts off in Emmonsfield, or the Two Rivers, and we meet Rand, Matt and Perrin, and they're 3 boys. One's a farmer, one's a blacksmith apprentice, and one is a prankster. And they kind of have to leave their home. It's kind of like, the first book is kind of like the Fellowship of the Ring vibe, where they've got to leave their home and, you know, go and find a magical being to save their world, you know. But then as the books go on, it becomes its own story, and it's really cool. Yeah, so that's kind of like a little view, and there's all these different, there's hundreds of places. There's like, you've got Emmonsfield, Aradoman, Camelin, Cairhien, Tarvalon, the Blight, the Waste, and many named characters in these books. It's very hard to keep track of them all. And I struggle, my dad struggles. I'll be talking about one person and he won't even know who I'm talking about. He'll think like I'm talking about someone completely different. It's very funny. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to keep track of it all. But you get the hang of it. You get the hang of it as you go along. Yeah. So having read all 14, I found myself like paying attention to the very small details, and kind of laughing to myself when I notice something that like is mentioned again in like 10 books time. That's always fun when I find stuff like that. And I'm not kidding, I've forgotten how innocent all these characters are. Like, I had a huge shock when I put the audiobook for book 1 on, and the narrator sounded like, had a really, not high pitch, but like, yeah, high pitch voice. He's got like a higher pitched voice for the boys that compared to like book 14. It's really funny. So it kind of shows like the maturity. They definitely grow, and the character arcs are amazing and really, really well thought out. One of my favorite, like, kind of seeing how innocent and different they are was Egwene. Egwene's my favorite character of the series. I love her so much. And I remember just kind of over the first read of the books, just falling in love with her. And I'm really excited to kind of see like her character arc all over again and kind of pick up on these tiny things. So that's fun. And I remember when I first read book 1, I despised Nynaeve. I did not like her one bit. But kind of after reading the entire series and kind of seeing her character growth and her character arc, I fell in love with her. But then going back and reading book 1, where she's really bratty and snobby and stuck up, was really interesting. And I was kind of concerned that it might change my love for her. Like, I might not like her again, but it didn't. I still really like her. I'm not kidding. I hadn't realised how much I'd missed Moiraine and Lan. I'd really missed them. I realised as I was reading this, one thing I'm really excited about the show is kind of seeing them fighting together. Like as one, like they do in the book. And then you've got Tom, dear Tom. We love Tom. Tom's amazing. Yeah. And it's funny, he's not got a big part in this book, but even though he's just got a small part, he's got like, it's so, massive, like the impact he has. And then obviously we have Loyal. Loyal is brilliant. We love Loyal in our house. And we're all really excited. Me and Dad and Belle's reading it. Ellie's not there yet in the book. She is reading it though. Belle's nearly finished it. But we're all really looking forward to seeing Loyal brought to life on the big screen. Yeah. And there aren't many places like mentioned in this book compared to some of the later books. But even like, I'm not going to name any of them because I don't want to spoil things, but just the places that are mentioned, it was really interesting. Comparing them to what they're like in later books compared to the first book was really strange. Like they're not that different, but in it's the small things, the small things that kind of, oh, that's different, that's different to this. I don't remember that being there, and that kind of stuff. Yeah. I'm not good with reviews, I'll tell you that right now. I've never been good at reviews. So that's all the spoiler-free stuff I've got. So if you haven't read these books, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. And I would suggest clicking off this video until you've read at least the first book. Because I'm going to go into spoilers now. So, right, going straight into it. I honestly forgot how epic this book was. Yeah. The Badger, you got Egwene being epic, Perrin and the Wolves, Moiraine and Lan, Rand and Mat helping each other, the trip to Faldara, the Green Mat. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, so I'm just going to go through a list of some of my favourite things in book 1. So first we have Rand and Egwene. They're so sweet. And all that, like, it's really funny seeing them flirting in book one, flirting with each other and blushing whenever the other one mentions them, and it's so fun. It's really fun. It's quite cringy, but really fun. And then you've got Matt and Rand when they're all separated, and I'd forgotten how close their friendship is in book one, and how, like, when it's just the two of them, Rand and Matt's sick, Rand protects and looks after Matt, and then Rand gets sick for a bit, and it's like Matt protecting and looking after Rand, and I love that. I love how they just kind of, they're always making sure the other's okay. They're such good friends. They're so good. And then, oh my goodness, Perrin and the wolves. Oh my days. It was so good. And it was really interesting going back and, like, reading about the first time the connection happens. Like, the first time he saw through the wolf's eyes, and Elias, like, instantly knew, and when his eyes turned yellow, and kind of everybody's reaction to that, because everyone had such a different reaction to it. It was so good. Oh, I love the wolves. I really love the wolves. And then Moraine and Lan, like, fighting as one. Even in the book, just the description is so epic. And how they, like, it's like they read each other's minds. I mean, yeah, it's insane. And I finished book 14 at the beginning of the year, maybe like February, March, and it's now September. And it's only been a few months, but I hadn't realised how much I missed Nynaeve tugging her braid. I really hope they bring that into the show. If they don't make Nynaeve tug her braid at least twice an episode in the show, I will be a bit disappointed. And then, yeah, Tom dying always makes me feel really sad. Like, really, really sad. And, yeah. But, you know, it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. And he saved the boys. He saved the boys. And Matt and the dagger, my goodness. I don't know about you, but if you've seen the trailer, every time I watch it and I get to the bit and Matt's holding the dagger, all that goes through my mind is drop it now, don't touch it, leave. Yeah, it really annoys me. And Loyal, oh, we love Loyal. He's so good. I mean, his books and everything he knows about the world, even though he's only 90 and too young to be out of the steading. Yeah. And I think it was really interesting going back and, like, reading about the stuff that happens with the Green Man and in the Blight, and after having read all the books, like Lan's Heritage and stuff, that was so interesting. Like, I'm noticing all these little things that, and all the stuff about, like, Aiel and Jane Farstrider, I'm noticing all these little things that kind of I would have missed, you'd miss if you don't know the story, if you hadn't read the rest. Yeah. And I have a writing friend, or, like, I'd consider her a writing mentor, that has read The Wheel of Time, and we all went out for like a writing day the other week, and I ended up chatting to her about The Wheel of Time for ages, which is really fun. I always love chatting to people about The Wheel of Time, but not many people I know have read The Wheel of Time, which sucks. So, but yeah, all in all, I loved reading book one. But yeah, that's been this video. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me ramble about my love for The Wheel of Time. Yeah, just a reminder that my reread videos will be on my Instagram, not on my YouTube. So if you want to watch them, then there's a link in the description to my Instagram. Yeah, I will be posting reviews for each book as I finish them. And, like, there'll be spoilers and spoiler free. So the first half will be spoiler free and the second half will be spoilers, like today. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. For now, that has been this video, and I shall see you all next time. Bye!